future videos. So let's start by talking about what this boot is and how it would work. The idea is that this boot would be able to detect evil. It would be a simple way to protect yourself from harm or danger, which is something that everyone wants. Just slip on the boots. There are many ways that this boot could work. But here's where things get really interesting. How exactly would this boot detect evil? So in order for this boot to work, it would need to be able to read minds or at least detect the intentions of others. This raises some ethical questions about privacy and free will. You would not be able to think about harming yourself without the boot attacking you. This could lead to some very dangerous situations. Another question is how objective this boot would be. After all, evil is in the eye of the beholder. What one person considers evil, another person might consider good. Is not. Would it be up to the wearer to decide? If so, how would that work? If not, then who decides and how do they decide? For example, this boot could be used to protect people from themselves. In this case, for example, there are many stories of people who have survived accidents that should have killed them. In some cases, the people who survived these accidents have said that they felt a presence that protected them. While we can't explain these stories scientifically, they do raise the possibility that there is more to the universe than we know about. Maybe there is a force that is always with us, protecting us from harm. Now let's move on to our second question, which is whether or not such a boot would work against Darth Vader. Darth Vader is one of the most evil people in the Star Wars universe. I think it's safe to say that if Darth Vader ever wore this boot, it would not be a pleasant experience. The boot would probably attack him on sight, not giving him the chance to take off the boot or turn off its evil detection mode. This could lead to a lightsaber duel between Darth Vader and the boot. It would be a battle of good versus evil, and it would be epic. Would this boot work on a creature that doesn't have a soul? What about a creature that doesn't have the capacity for good or evil? Take the Borg from Star Trek, for example, that assimilate other species into their collective. This brings us to our final question. Do they cancel each other out? Does the boot determine who is the more evil of the two people and only attack them? What if both people have the same amount of evil inside them? These are all questions that we can't answer for sure, but it's fun to speculate. Then the boot will sense the other person's evil and automatically attack them. This would prevent any innocent people from getting hurt during the fight, and it would also stop the fight quickly. After all, no one wants to get stabbed in the leg by a boot. In conclusion, a boot that can protect us from evil is just a fantasy. It's fun to think about a world where such a boot exists. But in reality, we need to rely on our own wits and strength to fight evil. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.